What is good, everybody? Welcome back to Real Fan Sports. I'm here with my partner, Nonpfixion. What's good, brother?
Man, I'm chilling, brother. How about you? Trying to stay warm. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying, man. I'm sitting here. I got a beanie and 3 layers on inside with a blanket around me. I got the heater rolling. It's still too dang cold, man. They need some better insulation in these dang apartments.
Man, who you telling? Oh my God, where I lay at is freaking freezing
Icicles,
by
bro.
the window.
Icicles. And thank God I'm from the South, bro, because I couldn't make it up north. I would die.
Oh
But
yeah,
let's
no.
talk. Let's talk about some NFL football, man. We just got wrapped up on Wild Card Weekend, and I'll tell you what, it was not how we expected it to go. I mean, we
It
got a
was
lot
very
of things
interesting.
wrong. A lot of things wrong
Yeah,
last week. I know for sure. I only
the
got one
yeah,
right, but I was pleasantly surprised and happy with how things turned out. Being able to
yeah,
watch the Texans just go out there and dominate a absolute coaching masterclass by D'Amico Ryans and his staff facing the
man.
Browns just dominated that game.
Yeah, it was weird because Flacco playing so well, and we had talked about it. You had talked about it a lot, especially as the NFL turns, the interception that Flacco was putting out there because he was putting them out at a high clip, as much as his touchdowns were going out.
Hmm.
And it proved proof positive in that game. That's the first thing that really happened was the interceptions and giving them points on the other side of the ball. I think they got 13 points off a turnover. So, I mean,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was
They, I
that was
mean,
the death
two
of that
back to
team.
back pick
Yeah,
sixes, man, to basically just shut that game down. But
and that was
what a
the end
great
of it. Yeah,
performance! I mean, C.J. Stroud and Jordan Love, the unexpected two quarterbacks to have
man,
perfect performances, perfect QBR. Um,
that's
but the
crazy.
Texans are going to have a tough matchup this week. They're facing, Super Bowl favorites in a lot of people's eyes in the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens have had basically 2 weeks off. We do see
Hmm.
sometimes teams come out a little cold after having that long of a break. Uh,
Hmm.
but I think this is good for the Ravens to get all of their players fully healthy going into this
Yes,
game. Uh, I mean, what's your expectations for this one?
this one's gonna be interesting because it's rumored that Mark Andrews is actually gonna play this game
Wow,
because
that's exciting.
I read that he's actually been at practice and they say he looks good, which I'm like, okay. But my question
That's
is,
an X
once he
factor.
left, but once he left, the offense actually opened up for them. It looked different, and they
Mm,
started utilizing a lot more players and just going to Mark Andrews so often in their game plan, which
yeah.
I think was better for Lamar Jackson, and
Hmm.
not trying to force it to one single player. So I think having Lively and having everybody else just show up was a big positive for them, and I think that helped them down the road. It sucks because that means when Mark Andrews comes back, will Isaiah Lively and will we even see him in the game plan? Like, will he be a part of that game plan? Will they still
Mm.
stick with what they've been doing, or will it be back to normal, focus on one singular player for the most part, and then bring in some people here and there to pick up first downs, but not be the touchdown, the deep ball guys.
Hmm.
I mean, and
Well,
then with C.J. Stroud and the Texans,
yeah.
I'm just curious to see what they do because I'm impressed. I am highly
It's just
impressed.
so exciting, man. So
Yeah,
exciting
it
watching them
is.
play. I
Yes,
mean,
it,
this
it
is the
very
way I
much
look
is.
at the whole Mark Andrews situation. I mean, it comes down to coaching, right? I mean, if you're a
Hmm.
good coach, you take what you've learned with him being out and you implement that into the game plan with him. Don't make it a negative that
Yes.
your main weapon
Yeah.
is coming back. Make it a positive that we've been able to develop this many other receivers and found where they work in a game plan with now Mark Andrews coming back. That's going to be the interesting part. So, it's going to
Yes.
be a tough one, like you said, with the Texans, man. It's just exciting. I mean, at this point, no one expected them to make playoffs. They go ahead, win wild card weekend, and it's just go out there and play. Let's see, give it your
Hmm.
best. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You know what I'm saying? You've already overachieved
Real
what you're
talk.
supposed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, if I got to give a prediction on this game, I mean, Baltimore should win this one. I mean, the one big difference between Baltimore and Cleveland is one, this is going to be in Baltimore. It's going to be cold, 28
Hmm.
degrees, not, in freezing temps, but, not horrible like we saw last weekend.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
and you're also dealing with a Ravens defense that even though Cleveland Browns were number one overall, we know that they didn't travel very well. Um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Baltimore at home with that crowd and how loud that they're going to be trying to get Lamar Jackson a Super Bowl ring, and probably another MVP under his belt, I think the Ravens are
Mhm.
going to shine on this one. But I
I
think it's
think
going
they
to be
will
fun.
too. I think they will too. I do agree. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm actually looking forward to watching the game more than probably any game besides the Detroit game. But I, I, I straight up I do believe Baltimore's going to win. But I'm just curious. I just want to see what Texas does because the defense of Baltimore, it is very stout. It is very strong. It's very attentive to the game. And you're right. But the Browns defense was number one, was top tier. But like you said, they didn't travel well most of the season until the midway point in the latter part of the season, which
Hmm.
had all of us convinced, like, okay, well, that was it. They finally figured out what it was to get the team going on the road. But then as soon as they get there, they gave up a lot of cash. You know what I'm saying? They gave up a lot.
Yeah,
And so with that being said, like it's not it's not what the Texans are going to do, it's what the Ravens don't do. Because
right.
the Texans are going to show up and they're going to play the game. They're confident themselves. Like I said, they have a great coaching staff. D'Amico Ryan is doing a damn thing, and I'm very happy and proud of his success. And to see him at the end of the game in the hallway by himself, realizing what took place, was such a great
Hmm.
visual. If you haven't seen it, go look for it. It felt like you were watching a movie
Yeah,
because that was out of a movie. When you realize we just did what we weren't supposed to do,
yeah.
and it
I
just
mean,
that
there's
exhale
something
was like it was a beautiful moment. It was a beautiful moment.
for the Ravens, dude. There's something to be scared of. For any team to be scared of
Yes,
playing against somebody that has nothing to lose. They've already achieved
yeah.
everything, so they're just gonna come out, and especially a team like the Texans who can be so dominant on offense and just out of nowhere
Mhm.
drop 40 points. That's the thing that the Ravens have to try and shut down early. I think the Ravens need to start off hot on defense, not necessarily on offense. On defense with a big time stop, maybe cause
Oh
a
yeah.
cause an interception from the young CJ Stroud, get him a little flustered, or at least attempt to, and then just walk your way into victory. That's what's gonna
Oh yeah.
have to
Because
happen.
Texas is going for the long ball right off the bat. If they get the ball first, they trust me. In that first series, they're going for the long ball. They're going to
Hmm.
test that defense out because they're going to risk the interception. They don't care because they. It's not even that they confident. They're just not scared.
Yeah,
They're
not at
not
all.
scared of the moment. And we all assume most rookies are scared of that moment. And these rookies, all of
They
them on that
different,
team, they're
built
not.
different,
They're not.
built
Yeah.
different. So it'll be a good matchup. I got
Yeah, I
Ravens,
agree.
but I would love to see. I don't want to see the Ravens lose. I do want them to go to the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
but
I want them to
I
go Super
do
Bowl
want to
too.
see a fun game from the Texans, man.
Yeah.
They're just so exciting. But that'll bring us into our Saturday night game, which will be at 7:15 p.m. Central Time on Fox. Packers, Niners. Packers already took out one of the big dogs in the NFC, the Dallas Cowboys, and they did so handily. Man, I saw people asking for Trey Lance at halftime. Dallas fans were leaving in the second quarter, getting to that car. They're like, forget this. I'm beating traffic. By the third quarter,
Yeah.
half the stadium was empty. Y'all weren't even trying to beat traffic anymore because the traffic would have been beat if you would have stayed the whole game. That's how bad it was. It was just a good old school molly whopping.
Yeah, this one was such a shocker. You have a team who have a 18 game home winning streak and have looked more dominant at home than any team in NFL. Just to I don't even know what you want to call it. Like we both talked about it. We didn't see the first quarter or second quarter. I wasn't feeling well. You weren't feeling well. I get
Mm,
up. I look at my phone after drinking some water and see did a spit take because I'm like 20-0. What happened? And then I
right.
get into the computer and start looking and start seeing what happened. I'm like, what? this I was I mean, if it was 20-0 the opposite direction, I wouldn't have been surprised. But to see how Green Bay went in there and showed out in Dallas of all places, a crazy
8
home
and
field
0.
advantage for the team.
The only
Yeah,
team
8
that
8-0
lost
for the
at
season.
home was Dallas, who was 8
That's
0 during the
crazy.
regular season.
That
Absolutely
is
insane. And they just
utterly
say that they're going
crazy.
to go ahead and retain McCarthy, which I find very interesting. But enough about Dallas, man. What do we think about the Packers facing 49ers? Do they have a chance? I mean, they look damn good.
Yes. They Yes. I mean, it's the playoffs, and the idea of any given Sunday comes into play in the playoffs more than any other time of the season
Mhm.
because like we saw a team that no one thought was going to be here at this point come out and not only beat them but dominate them.
Yeah.
And that was surprising. I mean, the Packers and the Niners have met. Their record of them meeting is 38-3 all-time series, 38-33. The Niners lead the playoff series between them, 5 wins to 4. This is going to be interesting to see what both teams bring to the table because the just like Texas, Green Bay, young core, young players who necessarily don't have fear, have confidence now after beating one of what was considered one of the dominant defenses in the league for a large part of the season. Now you're going against a team that's just as stout on defense and just as stout on offense,
Hmm.
but with I think a better coaching staff. I
Agreed.
think they have a better coaching staff. So I think that's the biggest thing is which coach is going to outsmart the other. It's now truly becomes a game of chess. But this one, I'm curious to see what just happens. Like I don't have a horse in this race at all. I mean, of course, I'm from the Bay, so if Niners win, cool for the Bay Area. But I don't really care if Niners win. I don't want the Niners to win personally. But as a football fan and a Bay Area fan, that would be dope. But I mean, I want to see what Jordan Love, man. I am awestruck at how good he played. To be
Yeah.
honest, I'm awestruck.
Yeah. I mean, dude, how the Packers keep doing it, man. You go from
Yeah.
Brett Favre to Rodgers to now Jordan Love potentially being the next franchise guy. You got three franchise quarterbacks in a row, potentially. We still got to see. It's the first season, but as of right
Oh
now, it
yeah.
looks like he's just getting better and better. It's just absolute masterclass by their general managers and their ownership over there being
Hmm.
able to pull that in. Yeah, I mean, my thoughts on the game is that the one thing that is different between the Niners and the Cowboys is the coaching staff and how the Niners, I don't think, are going to under prepare. It felt like the Cowboys came in like they should win this game and not like we need to go and win this game. And
Yeah,
the
I
Niners won't
agree
be
with
doing
that.
that. It's already came out that Coach Shanahan said by halftime he started doing work on the Packers and creating a game plan. So he's already ready. He's been
Yeah,
ready since halfway through the game versus the Cowboys. Um,
I agree.
Packers
Yeah,
wise, it's a very similar situation as the Texans. I mean, like, the fact that they're even here, like, there's a lot of ways that they could have got kicked out. Jordan Love has been playing excellent in the last several weeks. He had a perfect game this past week against Dallas. And
hmm
the one thing that's not being talked enough about is Aaron Jones coming back healthy. He is a
yes,
difference
yes,
maker. He gets that
yes,
ball
he is.
working on the ground. It opens things up for Jordan Love. It makes the game easier for him.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with Niners in this one. I just think they're overall the better team. Um, I'm not going to be stupid again and say that, I think it's going to be a blowout because I look dumb at watching back our last prediction. But give me Niners in this one, man.
I'll take Niners right along with you, and I think I agree with everything you said. This coach staff is way more prepared, and what you because you said it before with Dallas that they look like they came into the game just expecting to win and not wanting to win. So yeah, um, I agree with you on that 100%. I go with the Niners as well. But
Next
good
up,
luck, Green Bay.
good luck, Green Bay. Big facts. Next up will be Buccaneers and Lions. Tampa Bay Buccaneers put on a showing against Philadelphia
Man,
Eagles on Monday night, man. It
man,
was
man, man.
Baker Mayfield, even though his stats didn't look great, it was due to a lot of drop passes that he put the ball in the money spot.
Hmm.
He
His
had a
passes
40
look
48
great,
yard touchdown that was dropped by Mike Evans. Mike Evans dropped another one that was kind of difficult. Uh and let's not forget that he's doing all of this in a game where the day before he had to get his rib moved. They had to make separation from his rib to allow it to start healing and so he could breathe properly.
which
This
is
is one
crazy.
tough SOB. I'll say it time and time again.
Respect,
I think he's
nothing but
the
respect.
toughest player in the NFL, at least at like a quote unquote like skill position. There's probably a couple linemen that are a little bit tougher, but as far as like quarterbacks and stuff go, maybe Matthew Stafford is tougher than him.
Yeah,
Lions were able to put on a show. That was the best game last weekend between them and the Rams. It went down to the wire. A lot of big hits, a lot of physicality, a lot of big time plays. Did the Lions have enough to go in and knock out the Buccaneers in an easy one?
I won't say it's that easy. It's not
Mm-hmm.
an easy one because, like we talked about with the other teams not having the will, not pushing for the will to win. Tampa Bay has the will to win. They have the want to win. Baker wants to win. He wants to prove everybody wrong.
Mhm,
Everybody, every naysayer that's ever said he was basically Johnny Manziel 2.0, he wants to prove them all wrong.
mhm,
So this one, I personally want to see the Lions succeed. It's been a very long time
mhm.
for them even to be in this light. They deserve to be here. Bucks deserve to be here too. I won't take that from them. But I just want to see the Lions go to the next level and possibly, hey, who knows? Might fight for a
Who
Super Bowl. Who
who
knows?
knows? Who knows? You're
But
right.
I believe in the end it will be Detroit. But I expect this to be a really good matchup.
Yeah.
A really good one.
Yeah, my heart's pushing me towards the Lions as well. I mean, I just really like what they're doing right now. You know, I love the
Yeah.
1-2 punch with Montgomery and oh goodness, why I'm getting his name now. I wanted to say Swift, and I know it's not Swift. Gibbs. I'm sorry. The combination between Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs. Amon-Ra St. Brown doing his thing, and then when he has the attention taken away from Jared Goff finally going to other people,
Mhm.
Laporta
Yes.
back playing the other night, dealing with the energy, fighting through with some toughness, working the ball out to
Laporta.
Reynolds. Um, you know, it's a lot of fun watching them. They got CD back on their defensive side, which has shown beneficial. He laid out a couple of big hits in that Rams game. You know, the whole story with the Lions, man, it's been what they said 32 years since they've won.
Mhm.
You know,
I think so.
it's crazy. You had grown men crying out there. That's how you know how long it's been. You know that it was a Super Bowl for them almost, and that's not even me trying to troll. Like wild card weekend and get out alive, win your first playoff game and your first appearance in 30 plus years, felt some kind of way. I hope they continue on with that success and they're able to get it done at home in Detroit. It was loud last weekend. It's going to be even louder this weekend. Come on, Lions.
I wanted to add, I seen this post on X, and I wasn't sure if it was a real post or a fake post, but it was posted that Kirby Joseph, the guy who put the hit on Tyler Higbee with the
Mhm.
torn ACL, that the Lions suspending him for this game? I guess the NFL is looking at it.
Oh, interesting. I'm not sure.
I see, like I seen
I
a
hadn't
post.
seen
I don't
anything
know if
about it.
I don't know if it's fake, now because you don't know who's real, who's not. But I'm just putting out there. He was the one to hit Tyler Higbee, but he also did a hit previously. It's his second hit where he took out a taller receiver by the knee, and and supposedly it wasn't the NFL that might suspend him for the game against the Bucks, but the Lions themselves.
Oh,
So
very
just so you
interesting.
guys out there, those who are betting people, they might make a difference because he was a big powerhouse part of that team. It's like he's a big hitter, but we did talk about the hit during the game, and it was definitely lower than what it should have been. But I mean, overall, still with just the teams themselves, I do believe the Lions have what it takes, especially with Laporta back. Laporta being back makes a difference because if I would have knew he was back before the last prediction, I would have picked him over the Rams
Yeah,
because
same. We both said the
watching
exact
him
same thing.
play, watching he is a game changer. He is a true game changer for that team. So if he's still feeling well enough to come in this game, I'm saying Lions. I'm
Yeah.
saying Lions. It's hard to stop that
And
dude.
you know, it's funny, they already got some trash talk going along too. I forgot to mention that CD came out and said the Buccaneers have a really good squad that they really could do some damage in the NFL if they had a good quarterback. Uh,
Oh wow.
and to what Baker replied, saying, "Well, I think he needs to go and watch some more film because in the interview, CD mentioned Russell Gage." And Baker's
Yeah.
like, I think he needs to watch some more film and worry about himself because Russell Gage has only played in one series with us this year. Um, so a little bit of boiling blood going on, man. And I know CD likes to talk his mess, but I swear I hope
Yeah.
he takes a lick. I'm not gonna lie, I hope he takes a lick. And that'll bring us into our final game, which will be at 5:30 p.m. on Sunday on CBS. Uh, Chiefs and Bills, man, the story that never ends, the story of the last,
this
3-4 years now. Um, we
this really is
had
a song that never
the
ends, bro.
coin toss that changed the rules. Like it has to go
Yeah.
to overtime, right, to make this story true. Go back into overtime with the new rules.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
this game though will take place in Buffalo, so a little different atmosphere for the Chiefs. It's gonna be 20 degrees. It'll be cold, not crazy like it was last weekend, but it's gonna be cold. What's
Hmm.
your thoughts on this one, man? Realistically, what you thinking?
Realistically, I'm thinking Josh Allen, the way you played last weekend, where you didn't give a damn about
Oh,
anything,
not a
where you did,
single.
you just played your ass off. Sorry for the language. You played, and that was the best I've seen you play in a very long time.
Hmm.
Very long time. You utilized all your receivers. You didn't try to force feed Diggs. Play that way. You will beat this team. You collectively, you are a better team. Everyone knows that.
Hmm.
Everyone knows that. We know the Chiefs, they do have good receivers. They have two solid receivers. The others are kind of they're very mid. Kelsey,
And
one
Rashi
of the best
Rice.
tight ends to ever play the game, is on his way out too, to be honest. He don't look the same. Rashi Rice and Justin Watson, I think, are your top two. Kelsey is top. He's in there top two somewhere or top three. I mean, but yeah, that's their future. Is those two receivers. Rashi Rice is a definitely a threat, regardless when he gets the rock. But
Hmm.
and of
So
course,
good in
Isaiah
space.
Pacheco. No
Yeah.
hate against Pacheco. I think Pacheco is an amazing running back. Hate the fact that he's with the Chiefs personally, but
He looks so good
Buffalo.
in black and silver, huh, bro?
Oh, he would look amazing in silver and black. The way he runs, oh, the Bo Jackson in him. Come on, man, come through. But seriously, I think Buffalo found something this weekend, and I think they need to stay with that mentality, that this sheer determination to win no matter what. The fact that that man ran a 50-something yard touchdown and was juking players like he was on the basketball court, I loved every moment of that run.
Oh
Just
yeah.
just channel that,
And
just
I
channel
love
that
how some
emotion.
people try to say that he was fake sliding. It's like, no, that's just how a 6'8" man tries to juke. Like, please
Yeah,
calm
I was
yourself.
like, the dude is tall as hell. I understand that part too, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I'm right there with you, man. I really like the Bills
yeah,
in this one. I think you're spot on with your assessment of Josh Allen. He looked like a different animal. He played carefree, he played like I don't give a
mhm,
damn. I'm gonna go get what I want to go and get, and he did so. You know, almost with ease. Now it was against a weaker
yes,
Steelers
yeah,
team, missing one of their best
oh yeah,
defenders. So,
yeah, I
the
agree.
Chiefs have been excellent on defense this year. They
Yes,
have the youngest average age defense in the league right now, and they are filled with stars all over the place. They're willing to go out there and make big plays and put their bodies on the line to
hmm
help win the game. And the one thing to just not forget that I forgot last week, man, Patrick Mahomes really is just a different animal when it comes to playoffs. It's like
yeah,
regardless, it's so crazy. Like all year, he seemed, I wouldn't say mediocre, but he's mediocre for Patrick Mahomes, right? Not
yeah,
mediocre as
yeah,
an NFL
yeah,
standard, mediocre for Patrick Mahomes because we know how great he can be. And then postseason turned on, and Patrick Mahomes, he was out there like it was 72 and sunny. You could not tell me or tell him that it was negative 30, and he was supposed to be stiff and not being able to throw the ball like he was because he was just throwing dimes. First play of the game, he threw a steamer to
yeah.
Kelsey that he was not ready for, bounced right off his hands because that ball came in so hot in that cold weather. The Dolphins, they thought it was going to be a run heavy game, and
They
Patrick
really did. They
Mahomes
did.
had a different plan. Man, ran up the score
Yeah,
quick, and it was just all she wrote. So I don't want to take the Chiefs out of it, but I just feel like it's Bills' time. They've been playing so well the last 7 weeks now, and it's
yeah.
like, don't do this again, right? Don't do this again.
I was like Rasul Douglas, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, Taron Johnson. There is a blueprint on how to beat the Chiefs. Just go look back at Christmas. It will show you how to beat the Chiefs. Trust
Mhm.
me. Just read. It's a pure blueprint how to take them out. You will be successful. I guarantee it. Just watch the video, watch the tape, watch your film, and you'll be successful.
Well, hopefully they go out and do what they're supposed to do, and they'll go and win this one. I'm gonna take the
I hope
Bills,
so.
but it could go either way. It's gonna be a fun game.
It-
And but this game, like we said, will be at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. We will try
yeah,
and cover this game live, so make sure you have your post notifications turned on. That way, you know what games we'll be covering throughout the weekend. We may do one, we may do two, we may do all of them. There's no telling. But if y'all want to listen to some great football, some of the best play-by-play reactions with us, then tune in to Real Fan Sports. We're gonna have a ball.
most definitely. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nonfiction. This is my co-host Zach. This is Real Fan Sports, and these are predictions for playoffs. Hope you enjoy it. Click the like button, subscribe. See you on the next one. Peace out, y'all.
Cheers.